himself, Asmodie and Doggo, two legends of Kingdom Esports. And our first game will be on Demon Island.
Yeah, here we go, Graffiti. You were saying quite a lot. You're actually right. Asmodie, PR number 1 in Australia, and Doggo PR number 2 in Australia. This
Ooh.
is literally the head honchos going head to head, Graffiti. We're gonna start here on Demon Island, just like you said. Doggo on that Asuri, Asmodie on the Fate. Has been playing the Fate throughout the entirety of Bearded Brawls, or at least this tournament, at least. So, hey man, we're all about new picks. You know, Asmodie has always rocked normally the lance, normally the bow, of course, with that Moonin pick, but now changing things up. Here we go. Doggo getting the early advantage. However, Asmodie definitely going to look that even it up. Two Nairs is going to attempt to do it. That falling stare will also help out. Ooh, that failed D-Sig. Doggo trying to get that weapon. Asmodie going to weapon star, get that N-Sig. First stock in the game, Graffiti.
Yeah, this Fate has actually been serving her quite well because if you look through a trip to the bracket, all I'm seeing are 3 O's and 2 O's. This has been smooth cruising, schmoving down down to the bracket. If you take a look over to Doggo's history, I mean, Doggo has made it this far. Same spot as Modi, definitely proving the seeding and power ranking to be right, but a little bit more bumpy. I'm seeing a few more 3-1s. I'm seeing a few more game 5s. So as Modi has just been moving away here, Doggo, I don't know why I said Doggy. Doggo hitting a few... Doggo hitting a few speed bumps, but there's nothing that Asmodie can do to try and slow down those combos. So although Doggo has hit a few speed bumps on his way here in this set, there is nothing slowing him down from 60 miles an hour to try and take the second stock off his face.
That's for sure. Doggo's been pulling out some crazy stuff with guitars here. Oh, had those sweat drops. Look to get that dare back to the wall of Demon Island. Demon Island's wall, very unforgiving, very slim. When you compare it to other maps, such as maybe Small Brawl or even Apocalypse. Ooh, a beautiful punish. GC side seat coming out from Asmodie, looking to catch Doggo. However, Sword, such a reliable tool. Gonna have that GC D-Light into recovery. Get rid of that stock. Ooh, almost a weapon star from Doggo here. You were bringing up some great points. Asmodie practically going through this tournament with almost ease, and Doggo looking to get these guitar strings with ease. Oh my lord, I was trying to say Doggo had an amazing game 5 set to get into winners final, and they're showing that they are here to play, Graffiti. 1-0 up on Asmodie, PR1.
That was the very first game that Asmodie has lost in this tournament, and I was at the hands of Doggo, who, I don't know, maybe those speed bumps were lessons that Doggo needed to learn to make him a little bit more well-equipped to face off against Asmodie in this winners finals. And I think Demon Islands would have actually benefited Asmodie greatly because, like, I'm really happy you touched on those small walls that make it a bit more harder to grab onto. That's going to benefit Scythe's offstage gameplay and its ledge guarding capabilities much, much better. But Asmodie, I think, realizing that the risks that she was taking to try and get to that reward might have been a little bit too much and let Doggo pull full speed ahead as he is not stopping. Although Asmodie is starting to vary up the dodges, Doggo not getting these huge conversions that he was able to in that last game. Asmodie still being pretty ambitious off stage. You can kind of get away with that with Scythe a little bit. But we're starting to see Asmodie run out of options a few more times. We're starting to see Asmodie kind of start to try and slow down the game and be a bit less aggressive than maybe we were seeing her play in previous sets. Although this game is just starting out, I got a pretty good feeling this Skeleton Cat.
Yeah, we're here on Apocalypse for game number 2, a map I had mentioned. Asmodie, of course, you know, going down that game, it's definitely going to be a little bit of a hit, but it's PR1 of Australia. It's Asmodie. I have not seen so many placements where you get first place on so many tournaments. I looked up Asmodie on Pro Stats, and seeing so many first place was amazing. However, Doggo able to get that ground pound on left side of the map. We're just going to continue to see a feeling out process from the two, still very early in the set. Asmodie, as I was just saying, you know, just the GOAT of Australia right now, has not been able to be touched whatsoever. Doggo looking to change that up. Sending Asmodie into losers would be, let's just say, very scary for everyone down there as well. However, Asmodie picking up the first stock from Doggo, able to make this another even game.
One thing to note that Asmodie was having a bit of difficulty finding that KO on Scythe, and maybe her efficiency with some of these Sares or Dares were not quite where she wanted them to be. Doggo was able to make that first stock last on Crimson Red for what felt like an entire minute, if not more. So Doggo definitely playing this out pretty well, but Asmodie's starting to pick up the pace. You can notice the movement's starting to speed up. Yeah, we're starting to see her play a bit more aggressive, and Doggo's starting to respect it. He's not trying to fight back and interrupt. He knows, okay, no, the game's starting to speed up. I'm not going to risk it. I am going to respect it. And Asmodie's tied up the game. I think the orb is where she really needs to find these KOs. She was struggling to find them on Scythe, so I think we need something a bit more reliable like Sidelight Sarah, but no, she prefers Scythe. Although it's gonna fall a lot into her hands of how well she's able to use some of these signatures. That second stock goes much better than the first.
Great stock there from Asmodie. You know, lost stock, the first stock originally to Doggo, however, going to grab 2 stocks off him. The Scythe has been warming up, but that sword of Doggo has been looking fairly consistent. That final raw recovery is going to pick up the second stock of Asmodie. Doggo opting to go with those Katars. Definitely the classic play of an Asuri. Build up that damage with those Katars and look for an option on sword to get rid of your stock. However, Asmodie been really good with these Scythe options. As you said earlier, was struggling with the elimination confirms. However, now definitely feeling more comfortable. It's 1 stock orange each. They're definitely having the patience to continue this game, but 1 dodge read could end it all here. Looking to just get this neutral slammed out. Doggo picking up 2 nairs. Asmodie dare off stage, looking for an edge guard, and is gonna actually call him out with that side sig. Doggo looking to recover back up. However, Asmodie sending him to the next game. We gotta say here, Graffiti.
We have the game set evened out, and both of these players, I think what you said earlier, I think that was perfectly to a T. They're really starting to kind of feel each other out, download each other, and the introductory dance is over. And I think we got a lot of people kind of starting to sniff out the game 5 because the potential is there. Both these players proving each other to be a huge threat to the other. And as if the numbers were not enough, like we keep going back to PR and Seed 1 versus 2 respectively, we also got the set being 1 versus 1 each. So
this is as close as it can be. That's exactly what you got to slam home. You're seeing, you know, the titles come out, that BCX Finalist 22. Asmodie had a crazy performance at the last BCX, and I'm sure she has the intentions to come out to BCX 2023 and also do some damage. However, that's what everyone in this tournament may be looking to do. This is Bearded Brawls. We are doing Australian 1v1s. We're here in Winners Final, Game 3 on Demon Island. Asmodie rocking the Fate and Doggo rocking that Asuri. We're going to see who can gain control early on. So far, looking like Asmodie. Doggo going to throw that weapon out and look to get some coverage. However, Asmodie right there to punish him. They're off stage. Going to continue to extend Doggo's options. That's what Scythe does perfectly. Oh, side sig just barely not enough. Demon Island's walls a little bit farther away than some other maps. That D-Light with active input's not going to work either. Sidelight Cider on Orb? No. More neutral coming out from these two. You were saying earlier, Graffiti, Orb's neutral is amazing, and Orb's confirm options are crazy as well. So, of course, Asmodie's going to want to look for that. But Doggo, building up this damage with Katars, looking to get that D-Light recovery on Asmodie. Maybe even a D-Light Sair off the edge. Sair was not placed well enough by Asmodie.
Yeah, that is part of the reason why
DC.
Doggo was trying to be so careful during those past few minutes, because he knew that that orb, if he fell into the wrong spot at the wrong time, or even anything less than a frame, that would have meant a side-light side air or a D-Light recovery. Would have been the stock D-Light recovery of his own to respond back. And now that Doggo is no longer on red stock, he's now able to kind of run free a little bit. He doesn't have the pressure weighing him down of like, I can't lose the stock, I can't lose the stock. He's got a bit more wiggle room. He has a bit less of a load on his mind, so he was able to chase down Asmodie a little bit more and be a little bit more ambitious. And Asmodie, just like you said, proved your point very nicely, playing out this neutral in this orb and trying her best to land whatever hits she can, not falling into anything that Doggo can get unanswered, trying to answer back for anything that she can, although she's kind of a very hard time to answering back to that off-stage interaction. Doggo, one fell swoop, able to take a pretty comfy lead, and I think we could be having Asmodie, if I got the weapons guessed right, and also just to kind of guess the strategy a bit, we got Scythe coming out to play, and she is going to have to make. She has some cleaning to do. She's got her work cut out for her.
Doggo has been playing so solid this set so far. It's been very amazing to see. Just, you know, building up that damage with Katars, getting those great options on sword, and having such great awareness of where you're off stage or if you're playing in neutral is great. And that's what's challenging at Asmodie right now. Asmodie playing a little bit more free-flowing, of course, testing out stuff with this orb, with this scythe, with this fate pick, and that raw side air off stage is going to do it, taking Dog off the right side. However, Asmodie clearly in the health disadvantage department right here, Graffiti. Doggo's going to look to pick up this lead even more so, get the stock, and light into recoveries and not going to do it. However, another one might be it. Sidelight looked for that dodge into the DC, but Asmodie's going to punish that. Beautiful string coming out. However, cannot get caught even once. The recovery. Demon Island helping out Asmodie, giving her one last chance. What will they do? They will continue to have this patience in neutral. Asmodie cannot make one mistake. Oh, actually catches that dodge away,
and she is not
able to bring that back. Oh my god.
That is one of the most.
That's confidence. That is just pure confidence. Asmodie understood. Looked at Doggo and was like, "You're gonna dodge away," and literally caught that dare. Went down with him, got the weapon throw, and was able to secure that third game. Graffiti.
The best part about that is that we saw how she was playing very, very careful during the mid part when she knew that, like, okay, this is going to start getting away from my hands. I need to seriously reconsider my approach. And look how well that worked out for her. So we're seeing the gears turning. We are seeing the in-game adaptation needed to perform at this level. And although Asmodie is so much closer to it, just one game away, Doggo is certainly not going down a lower bracket without a fight. And I think all of our prayers for Game 5, I don't think they're too far away, as we are on the cathedral that is Fortress of Lions.
You're exactly right, Graffiti. I feel as if those Game 5 believers are here and present right now. Asmodie and Doggo are playing as if they want to go for the long haul, and I'm sure the viewers would not be disappointed in the slightest. Fortress Alliance, as you said, looking for a game 4. Asmodie has the advantage on Doggo so far, but we're going to see if Doggo can change that around. The solid gameplay has continued to impress me. I mean, it's nothing less of what I expect from Doggo. PR2 in Australia. However, actually going to get caught by that charge. Ensig is going to drop, just, you know, fall right down. Make sure Asmodie does not know what he's doing. Misses the D-Light. Ground pound's going to waste the dodge. Asmodie going to continue to pressure and get that stock. Beautiful stuff from Asmodie right there. I mean,
Asmodie is...
Doggo got caught. What can we say?
Yeah, and she's also starting to get a lot more efficient with these KOs. Usually it would be when
Oh, caught the
Doggo is
dodge.
red on a
Caught the
stock,
dodge.
stock lead that he would be succeeding the most because Asmodie would not be able to find her way in, but now she is finding these KOs and that huge string that was able to close out game 3. I don't think that's a fluke anymore. I think that's Asmodie finally starting to be comfortable in this set because, like we said earlier, there were times where she was being a little uncomfortable. There were times where she really had to slow down the approach and kind of analyze the match. But now, I don't. She is just speeding this away, taking this out of Doggo's hands, and now this is looking pretty scary for little Skelecat right there as the D-Stig sends him down to bracket stock. I think a 3 stock's gonna be pretty unlikely at this point. Doggo, you know, when the KO shows up, he's able to find it. He's never been shy to stray away from a dealer recovery when it falls in his lap. But sometimes Katars, they don't quite have the juice to, you know, take a stock.
I think the best way to put it, Graffiti, is earlier we were talking about that motion of the ocean type stuff. At the beginning of the set, you are figuring out what your opponent's trying to do. And Asmodie has done that perfectly, not only in the set, but just what they've been doing so far this year and the end of last year with the absolute dominance. They've been able to figure out every single opponent they've gone against, and is showing this against Doggo, looking for that delay recovery. But Asmodie whipping up so many crazy options, gonna catch that GCD sig, but of course, such a tremendous lead for Asmodie, practically having a winner's final in the bag. Asmodie looking to get into grand finals. Doggo whipping out some great guitar strings, maybe even up the stocks at the very least. It's never over until it's actually over, Graffiti. That Sarah gonna pick up, looking for that dare on Fortress Alliance. No options. Another Sarah is going to do it. That's 3-1 for Asmodie against Doggo in winners final.
So as sad as I am to see the game 5 fall through